gonna all stand up if you're comfortable standing up, if you're able to. And you want to be friends, lean in, come be friends, roll and you feel comfortable with each other. 3, 2, 1, go! Stand up at the microphone, stand up the lights, come over here, it's just going to building over there. Come up, she's bringing it back. Come up here and stand up, or you can just raise your hand in this room. Sure, you can scoot over there. Okay. So, Robyn, you started very young in the world of entertainment. Because your family was in entertainment. How young were you when you started?
I was actually, are you guys ready for this? I was 3 years old. I was actually 3 years old. Started doing commercials. My mom was a model. And she would just bring all of us with her to all of our photo shoots. They were like, oh, those are cute, let's put them in the ads with you. And then I ended up doing commercials. And then I did my first speaking commercial when I was 3, and then a movie every week when I was 5 with Christy McNichol. Everybody guys remember Christy McNichol? She's so amazing. You guys remember? She's so great.
And so your stepfather was an agent, your mother, right?
No, actor.
Actor?
Yes.
Was an actor?
Yes.
Your mother had been a model?
Yes.
Who became an agent?
Talent agent.
Talent
agent.
Manager, very good. Mm-hmm. And then lots of your siblings and family members and husband are all in the arts.
Yes. Oh, my husband's right there.
There he is.
High School Musical.
You remember him? Head coach. Head coach. So did you come out? He filmed some of it here in Salt Lake. He was tired, didn't he?
Yes, you did, right? You filmed in East. Yeah.
All three of them here in East time.
Yeah.
And the TV series also.
All of them.
Utah represents.
Yeah.
So when you get together as a family, do you all talk theater and film and entertainment?
No,
Or just normal?
We're just normal. But, we will, like, if I have a scene that I'm really struggling with, or, we have each other to call and say, oh my gosh, like, I'm really struggling, I don't know how to approach the scene, or I just work with the worst director, or I just work with the best people, or, we'll do things like that.
Oh, it's so good. We're going to start into the questions, and if you don't have questions, then I'll ask questions that aren't as good as yours.
Okay.
So coming up first.
My name is Yvonne.
Hi.
My question is, in Karate Kid 3, what was your experience like working with Pat Reed?
Oh my gosh, this is, I was such a fan of the Karate Kid franchise. So when I got, I'll make it a brief story, but when I got the audition, I had no idea that the director directed Rocky.
Right.
And things like, I'm so glad I didn't know. And so I do a screen test with Ralph Macchio. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing a scene with Daniel LaRusso.
You had seen 1 and 2 before you did it, yeah, so.
Yes, of course, I was a massive fan. Could not believe I was getting to screen test, and I was screen testing opposite with Heather Graham. Do you guys know Heather Graham?
Yeah.
Boogie Nights, and I saw her, and I was like, she's the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I'm never gonna get this role. Oh well, I'm gonna enjoy the screen test, and then I ended up getting it, and to be in scenes with Mr. Miyagi and Daniel LaRusso, it was such a career highlight for me, and they are such wonderful, wonderful people, so it's incredible.
Oh, such a good question. Thank you so much. And direct from New York, what's your name and your question?
Hi, my name is Nathan, and I have a question. This really wasn't your... This was Polly's part, Bewitched.
Yeah.
But do you know the words to top that?
Of course I do. Do you?
Some of it.
Okay. I just want to know who knows the rap.
Okay, who knows the rap? Top that from Bewitched. Anyone have it memorized?
Does anybody?
It became such an iconic scene. A scene.
Do you have it? Who wants to do it with me starting with Supersonic? Because I'll do it. Disconnected, not respecting who would ever really want to go and top that. Such a waste of pretty face by hanging in and no one's face out, which is you would take a look and really stop that, top that. Stop that. I only know that, by the way, because I did a parody with a friend of mine, so I had to learn it. I was like, I gotta learn it now, I don't know it.
Now, you're kind of known for doing parodies and recreating things.
Yes, you're right.
And wrapping family into these scenes.
Yes.
So where do we see some of that?
Which part? Which one's
Oh, I don't know. Whichever ones you want us to see.
Like you're talking about like Dual Spires? Like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So would you guys know Psych? I did an episode of Dual Spires.
You know Psych.
On Dual Spires, yeah.
Dustin Shaw.
That's like Twin Peaks. If you guys remember Twin Peaks, that was another career highlight.
You're so hard being the love interest of Danny LaRusso, being the love interest of Doogie Howser and being the love interest.
Again, another show that I was such a huge fan of. I was like, so it's really neat for actors because we all have people that we look up to or shows that we love. So, we're just people too. Like, I'm at this convention, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm Gina Davis. So this is random, like I'm fangirling just like everybody else. So it's really cool. So to get to, for me, like to Doogie Howser, I was a huge fan of the show. And then Neil and I became very good friends for years and years and years. It was so much
Now,
fun.
Neil was the past president of Magic Castle where I performed. Did he ever perform magic for you?
He did, but also took me to the Magic Castle many times. Are you kidding? I was like, of course I had to watch all those dumb magic tricks. And I was like, no, Neil, you're amazing.
Neil Patrick Harris and Ed Alonso, who was ran the restaurant in Saved by the Bell, were best friends in Magic Castle Juniors.
Yes.
Next question.
Yes.
So, if you have you taken anything from the set of Teenage Witch? And if you haven't, what would you take?
I would 100% I would have taken the amulet. I would have, because you know what, guys, it belongs to me and I belong to it. If you think about it, it's a crying shame that I don't own that amulet. But I did make.
Look at this ancient
Well,
piece.
I made this. Okay, so I designed this and made it. I have a little, inscription on the back that I'm signing, and I'm very proud because it's so cute. But the original should be mine. That's the one I will take it. Yeah.
Do you know where it ended up? Is there a collector?
Oh yeah, the producer has it, Alana, and she won't give it to me.
Oh.
But you guys, you know what? Some of the clothes were mine. Like a lot of the wardrobe was my personal wardrobe, and I don't have it anymore.
Right.
Just stonewashed jeans and denim jackets.
Because to you at that point, it was just
It was
clothing.
just clothing. I had no idea.
How it was going to
I
stay.
had no idea. Mm-mm.
Next question.
Okay, just to kind of bounce off your talk about outfits. First of all, I love Teen Witch.
Thank you.
I love all the fashion in it. I love the 80s fashion.
The big hair.
Like, do you have like a favorite outfit or dress that you wore while you were working on the movie? Like, there's the outfit where before she changed and she has the peach tutu and of course the end dress.
Cute. I actually really like that little look that I put together with the harvest dance. I thought it was cute. I didn't love like the big green long skirt, those olive green shoes. I hated those, but whatever, I embraced it. But I loved the glow up. I was so excited to have a glow up and like big huge hair. And I loved the blue dress at the end of the tutu with the big shoulder pads. I thought it was so beautiful and had sparkles on it. And then what is the other one that I love so much? That and the cheerleader. I've always wanted to be a cheerleader. I had always wanted and was never a cheerleader. So I got to wear the cute little cheerleader outfit. I was so excited.
You get to play the things you dream.
Exactly.
So good.
Exactly.
Come on, next. Thank you for your good question.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay, my wife gave me permission to do this.
I'm scared.
Ever since the Teen Witch movie came out,
Yeah.
you have literally been my celebrity crush.
She's a lot bigger than me. She said, you stay down, you're a lot bigger than me.
Because it was the Teen Witch movie, could you just take the spell off?
Oh, you're so sweet. As my kids would say, you are gassing me up right now. I feel so good about myself.
Thank you for coming, this is awesome.
Oh, you guys, you have no idea. You all are are so wonderful, and honestly, like getting to meet you all is like life-giving for me. It's so special. It really is.
I asked on my social media page if people had questions for you, and one of my friends who's a bartender at a fancy place in Beverly Hills said that you were her beauty ideal at every age. You were a beauty ideal at every age. That she has dreams of being like you. That's a great hat you have on.
I like the
Top that.
photo.
Love that.
I like it. Look at it.
Oh, trust me, we're best friends.
We are best friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say I didn't know.
No, bar, so bar
Bar,
high school.
speaker.
Not rather run out lover. Yeah, I know. That's not Dan.
So-
Don't
Coach Bull.
Ball.
That's Coach Bull sitting over there.
So, I'm going to promote myself a little bit. I wrote a book about the TV show Bewitched called the Bewitched History Book.
Amazing.
And in T-Witch,
Yeah.
Dare number 2, Dick Sargent was your
Yes.
father.
Yes.
What's her Miss Wallace? I can't remember her first name now.
Marsha.
Was the drama teacher.
Yes.
And then Shelley Berman was the English teacher.
Yes, we
Could
discussed it.
you talk a little about working with each of those actors?
There's a lot of Bewitched crossover.
Yes, Marsha, why am I blanking on her last name? She was in a show with Bob Newhart, and then Bob Newhart and I worked together on a series years later called George and Leo, and Jason Bateman played my husband. It was short-lived, but it was such a great show. She was wonderful. She was so great. I didn't know her at the time. I didn't know her work or anything, but she was so professional. And Zelda Rubinstein, again, absolute legend. Her voice is so great. And Shelley, Shelley wasn't there for my off-camera lines when I really needed him, so that upset me. But otherwise, he was very professional and wonderful and hilarious.
And funny and mean.
And yeah, but like she was a huge star at the time. So he was like, oh, you know, she's a kid. I don't need to be there for off-camera. But I was like, oh, this is weird.
So Bewitched theme song had lyrics. Do you know what they are?
I do. Bewitched.
Bewitched. She had me in her spell.
Bewitched. Bewitched. I know her so well.
Oh my gosh, she was her. And I didn't. And Dick Sargent was wonderful. I thought, how cool is that?
That's way cool.
Isn't that amazing? He was wonderful too.
So good. Thank you for your question.
Thank you.
Okay. There is room behind these two if you have questions. Here you go.
Hi, my name's Robyn. I've always followed your career because I'm like, oh, it's a fellow Robyn.
Are you serious? No
Robyn
way.
Williams, Robyn Lively.
Oh, I love it.
And you work
It's a
with
great
Robyn
name.
Williams too?
Williams, yes.
Yeah. No, my question was, I know you and Bart have done a lot of movies together, like
Yes.
Obsession and Murder.com and Simon Says, all those. I was wondering, what was your favorite collaboration together, or how was it working
Oh my
together?
gosh, it's so funny you ask that because those are older ones. We've been working together a lot now. Like we did a movie called Someone Like You, and then Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters, then 911 Lone Star. Then we're going to be in, which we're going to talk about, Landman, which is Billy Bob Thornton's new series coming on with Billy Hill. It's so good on Paramount Plus. So I like people say to us, like, is it really weird? Is it weird for you guys to work? Is it hard? And we're like, hard? Why would it be hard? It's like second nature. It feels like it's exactly what we should be doing. Is
Do
working
you try to find projects together, or is it just happening?
It's just happening. It's like, how does this keep happening? It's incredible.
They just look like they should be a couple.
Yeah. You've got built-in chemistry, and like, we can ride share, but, you know, all those. So it's
Big
really
fan,
great.
big fan.
Oh, thank you so much.
Next.
Okay, so I gotta tell you, right before this panel, I posted a picture of our photo up on social media,
Yes.
and my cousin commented saying, did she bring mac and cheese for you?
Oh,
Karate Kid reference for those that don't know.
my gosh.
So my question for you is, do you make a good mac and cheese?
I do make a good mac and cheese, okay? And I'm gonna tell you guys what it is. It's the Annie's box. It's the white, you guys know the white? Okay, if you do that one and you add
You have to
cream.
go Sprouts.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You add cream and garlic powder, guys, and some Parmesan, fresh Parmesan, and it kicks it up. So yes, I've learned how to make some good mac and cheese. You say hi to your friend for me, okay?
11 on a scale of 1 to 10, right?
What's that?
11 on a scale of 1 to 10, right? Like Daniel gave you?
Oh,
11 on a friends.
Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, that's good. Oh, I love it. That's so funny.
Thank you.
That's a great line.
Next up.
Hi.
Hi.
I actually have two questions.
Okay.
One is on the Karate Kid Part 3. Looking at back interviews and stuff like that, Ralph Macchio wanted to change the character in that. When he came on, you were supposed to be a love interest in that, and then he wanted to change it to be a friend because he said that it was kind of redundant. But for me, it always seemed like that didn't really fit very well. It seemed like you guys had a lot of chemistry between that should have been better because like you guys did more than you did with any of the other
Yeah, that was
things.
that was a 10-year difference.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious about what was your thought process on that? Did you agree with that?
I didn't have much of a creative input. I was just 17 years old, 16, 17 years old. And they were actually, I remember well, that they were still writing the script as we were filming, and a lot of things were changing. And I don't know if it was Ralph's idea or if it was the producers or what, but I think they just felt like because of the age gap, it might be a little bit, cooler to just have us be like a platonic relationship. I think it was because of the age gap, but I'm not sure. But people seem to like it, that it was different, like it was just, well, they're friends, they don't have to, it doesn't have to be.
And because of that, you were able to come back in Cobra Kai 3.
That's right.
And in Cobra Kai.
And I was the cousin.
And you were the cousin who
that
introduced him to his wife.
To his wife.
So they were such good friends.
That it all worked out. And yeah.
Your second question?
Second question. You ever heard of reaction action figures?
Yes, but I'm not familiar.
So they haven't. So me and my sisters are huge fans. They couldn't be here today, so I told them I definitely come check it out. Every Halloween, they do the rap and everything. It's kind of cute.
Oh, I love it.
So we submitted you for a reaction action figure for Teen Witch. And they got back to us on an email saying that it's a great idea. And then in the second email they said that they couldn't contact you, that you hadn't been able to, you hadn't answered, or your agent hadn't gotten to you or something like that. So I was actually going to ask if they did contact you, and if not, would you contact them?
Yes.
So that they said that they want to do this. Yeah. They want the action figure for Teen Witch.
100%.
My sisters are dying to read it.
Get Internet Movie Database Pro.
I mean, for sure.
So
I will look into
they
that.
have a
Thank
website
you.
that can just email them.
Thank you for making that possible.
Thank you for that.
So I want, before we come to the next question, I want to ask
Yes.
for one sentence about a couple of these shows. If
Okay.
anything comes to mind. Silver Spoons.
Ricky Schroeder, I had a huge crush on him forever. But then we became really, really good friends. But everybody was in love with Ricky Schroeder. I was so nervous to do that show. I was like, oh yeah, that show.
Oh, Punky Brewster.
Soleil Fry was an absolute doll. I felt like she looked like my sister. I adored her. I played a bully, which I never played. That was fun.
Knight Rider.
Oh my gosh, David Hasselhoff was a dreamboat. He was a dream, and I love the car kit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
And 21 Jump Street.
Johnny Depp, okay? My daughter, where is she, loves Johnny Depp.
Quantum Leap.
By the way, Vince Vaughn was in that episode of 21 Jump Street too.
Oh.
And he was like, had like 2 lines.
Right? You were the bigger star.
That was pretty hard.
A friend of mine loved your Jag crossover.
Oh, that was really fun. That was hard. That was really hard. Yeah, that was a tough show.
For me, Mentalist and Psych.
The mental, Psych, Dual Spires, that episode, the actors, those guys are so, James Roday, one of the,
Dulé Hill, so
they are 2 of the kindest humans you will ever meet. And I love that. I love when you work with people like the Rookie, like Nate, you're just like, wow, you set the tone for how the show goes. And they are amazing.
All right.
Yes.
Another question.
So, what is your favorite TV show that you've watched?
My favorite TV show.
What you're not in, but you enjoy.
Oh gosh, help me. What's my favorite?
What does she watch?
Right now or just ever? Ever?
You can change your mind later.
I'll think about it. But like, I love old school shows like The Brady Bunch and Three's Company, and like, shows like that. I was also a huge Twin Peaks fan, even though I was in it. I was a huge
fan of the series.
Yes.
You have a question? Cobra Kai.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Cobra Kai. Yeah.
how you like working with Ralph Macchio?
What was it like working with Ralph?
Yeah.
He is wonderful. He is just as kind as you would hope that he would be, and then even kinder than that. Like, I can't say enough great things about him. I was, like I said to you, I was so starstruck in the beginning of filming him. I couldn't take myself out of it. I was like hearing his voice and his accent. Daniel LaRusso, this is so great. Mr. Miyagi. But he's wonderful. Such a good human being.
Yeah.
And you got to, please.
We met Ralph Macchio.
What?
At the Rose Comic Con. We met Ralph.
Oh, you did? Was he? Oh my gosh, wasn't he great?
Was he nice to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Super
Oh, I'm
nice.
so
Big
happy.
time.
It's so nice when actors are actually nice.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it is.
Let's list some that aren't. No.
Let's
Detective, that will be.
I have a couple questions if no one's behind me. So, one, what was it like to work on the X-Files?
Oh gosh, okay, I've got a really good story. So David Duchovny, I did that episode, and he came, and it was a huge show at the time, and he comes up to me and he says, Robyn, oh my gosh, it's so good to see you again. And I was like, hey,
Headlights.
David Duchovny, I don't know you, but okay. He's like, oh my gosh, it's so great, you know, it's so nice to work with you again. And I was like, we haven't worked together. And he goes, yes, we did. I was in Twin Peaks with you. It was my first job. I was like, what? Are you kidding? So he was dressed as a woman. He was at my wedding. I had no idea, you guys. I was like so embarrassed for him, thinking like he thinks he's worked with me and he hasn't. It's so embarrassing. But yeah, isn't that cool? He's so great. Oh, I love him. He's
For
really
him, working with you was a big deal.
yeah, apparently.
Really meaningful.
Yeah.
Next question.
Second question. So, I know everybody likes to talk about Top That, but I feel like a theme song for my life was that We Like Boys.
Oh, yes.
And so then when I loved it, and then when they get older and show it to people who didn't see it when they were younger,
Yes.
and now it's like kind of like they think it's silly. So I'm like, is there anything else in Teen Witch or that you look back on and like,
literally nothing about it do I cringe over, or like even the cheesiest stuff is like golden. Like I love every ounce of cheese in that movie. You know, I like Boys Was Lovely, and then like they did the towel trick. You know what I mean? I like Boys. How good was the songs were. When we were filming, I had the soundtrack on a cassette, and I would listen to it all the time because I was obsessed with all of the songs. And everybody loves them. I can't believe they lost them. They don't have the originals anymore.
And I was rewatching the show and I went, wait a minute, that's Rita Wilson. That's the actress.
Well, that's debatable because her name is in the credits, and no one has ever said anything.
Oh.
But I don't know. Do you know her?
That's Tom Hanks.
I can't remember, but I know people like, oh, she was in the dance. So
She was one of the dancers, I think.
I'm not sure.
Because I freeze framed and I looked at a picture of her as a youth, and I think
So it must be
I think
her.
it was her.
I would freak out.
Yeah,
if it was
I
like,
think it
that's
was
so
her.
cool.
I
Yes.
just barely came in, so forgive me if I've asked something that's been asked before, but I'm talking about those numbers because they're so much fun.
Yes.
Did you ever feel like you were filming a music video with some of those numbers?
Yes, it was so confusing. I'm like, we're not singing, but we're dancing to them, but it's not a, you know what I mean? But that's what made it so great.
It was a fantastic dreamscape.
It was. But I think that's why it's so cool. It's like not quite a musical. Look at all these new friends coming in. Hi, guys.
Also, I want to know, do you think that Sabrina took some from Teen Witch?
Yes, 100%.
The success of Teen
yes.
Witch led to the green lighting of that.
It did.
Yeah.
I can tell you wanted to sing a little bit of I Like Boys.
I
like boys.
I gotta remember this.
I like boys.
I want to take a minute and ask about some of your current projects. Right now, like you said, you have Landman on Paramount Plus coming up with the great actor Billy Bob Thornton and others.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Hey, you guys, I will. Do you guys ever watch Yellowstone, like Taylor Sheridan's shows? Yes, thank you.
Some of it's been shot here.
Yeah, oh, that's right. My husband's actually going to be on an episode of Yellowstone. So he and I are in Landman, which is coming up. And then also Taylor Sheridan's other show, Lioness Special Ops. I'm just like...
Yeah, Lioness Special Ops with the
But
cool
no,
kids.
I got to work with
What a
the
big
whole
star.
band. Satine. You guys know her. You know what I'm talking about, right? Moulin Rouge. She's a dream.
Is she
She's a
nice?
goddess. She's incredible. I can't say enough wonderful things about her. So, yes.
An Australian accent when she's off
She
screen.
is so great.
So wonderful. So one of the things that's been amazing to me when I was looking through your filmography is the number of huge stars you've worked with and the number of generations you've performed in. The many actors get stuck. They are just in the 90s, so they're just in the 80s, and you've been able to play right throughout your whole career. There's never really a break.
Right.
So what do you attribute to that?
I think because I never hit a level of like superstardom ever. It was just, I was kind of like slow and steady. I just kept working, but it was never like, oh my gosh, I rose to huge stardom and then just fizzled out. I don't know how I managed to cross over from like child to teen to young adult to playing mom to now I'm...
Right, you were never typecast as just one. You allowed yourself to go through the full 7 ages of man, right?
Yes,
You've been able to be everything.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman.
Hello. Hi, Robyn. Hi, how are you? Hey, Paul. Good to see you. Hello. I'm Stephanie, and I would love for you to tell us how you and Bart met. But before you do that, I have to tell you, I used to wrap my hair out with Aquanet.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you really?
Did you do the comb, the spray, and the hair? You have to do a hair dryer too.
I put my iron up on the hairspray to make sure the wings were good
and then just
tight.
And you're still rocking the jean jacket.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah!
Exactly. I would take the blow dryer literally.
Yep.
And that gave me this. Oh, I thought I really was proud of it. Yeah. It was a big nest.
We met, it's a long story, but I'm going to keep it short, but it's a really special story. My dad was an actor, and Bart came to Los Angeles to be an actor. He comes from a family of his mom, anyway, it's a long story, but comes to LA. He's in a movie called Mi Familia with my dad's, Bart's first movie. And my dad met him, went home to my mom and said, well, I just met my future son-in-law. But that's not where the drama, I mean, and then it was years of, apparently he says he stalked me, and I didn't know, he was like, that's the girl I'm gonna marry. I didn't know any of this, and so it's a really sweet, wonderful story, but yeah, he worked with my dad.
Any of her past famous boyfriends you're jealous of? I just want... Whole list of them. There is a whole list of them. But you're the one who won.
He did.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love it. Thank
Hello.
Hi, thanks for coming. We're so happy to have you here.
Thank you so much.
I also have 2 questions.
Okay.
Time.
Love it.
But I absolutely love Bewitched.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites. But I also really enjoyed Wildcats.
Yes.
What was it like working with Goldie Hawn, and do you have any fun stories?
Again, I feel like I'm just saying the same thing, which is so nice that so many of these actors are so wonderful, but she was so maternal and loving and just like yummy. She was so giddy and she was charming, everything you would hope that she would be. She was magical in every sense. I adored her. She was so kind to me and wonderful to work with, and then Kurt Russell would come on set, but I just did Wildcats, so it was like, I knew him from that movie and then worked with Goldie, so that was really special.
Was Wildcats where Robyn Williams was your dad?
Robyn, no, Best of Times.
Best of Times.
And that's what Kurt Russell was in as well.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was so good.
So my other question is, I just recently rewatched your episode of Criminal Minds. What was it like working with that cast, and have you run into Will Wheaton while you were in here?
Funny that you asked that. So Will and I were friends when we were teenagers, and so we did that episode together. He was so mortified because he played such a bad guy, and in between the scenes where he was being awful to me, Robyn, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I don't mean it. I don't mean any of this. I'm so sorry. And I was like, it's okay, Will. So I went over to his booth and he wasn't there, so I'm gonna go see him. But we've been friends. Oh, and we graduated from the same private school, so I can't wait to see him.
Thank you.
Good question. Thank you so
And we
much.
love him from Stand By Me.
Yeah. Is there he's direct coach from East High School. It's so good to see you.
I've got so many questions.
How much time do we have?
Lock the door. Someone lock the doors.
I'm nervous.
Hi, my name's your husband. And big fan for a long time.
Mark Johnson, everybody.
Just a big fan, really. And here, happy to be here with my family as well. Over here, our family, I should say, the redheads. We decided to have redheads. It's way easier to keep track of them.
Yes,
So,
yes.
thank you, Robyn, for the redheads. Over here. Boy, did we have a good time, Robyn? Do we have?
Me too.
Yeah, it is so fun. It's so nice to be with you all here today.
Best.
So, thanks for letting me ask a question. I really don't know what to ask. No, I just want to know, like, how fun is it to come to these conventions? And being someone that's Robyn's worked a lot longer in this industry than I have. She's been here forever. I didn't start until I was like out of college. Dropped out of college, let's be honest. But she's been doing this forever. So when you come to a convention, like, how fun is it to relive, connect with fans that have this? It's really sweet. I think it's like when they have a real connection with a movie like this.
Yes.
And what's that like? And is it fun to come to these conventions to see your old pals here on the panels? That's my question. Thank you so much.
Great question, husband. Thank you.
You're hot. You are so hot.
Thank you for not asking about past boyfriends. Okay. No, that's a great question. Like I said to you guys, doing these conventions is so wonderful for me because before these, I didn't know what my Teen Witch meant to all of you, and to meet you and to see how much the movie meant to you or how it impacted your life. It's just, to be a part of something like that is more special than I could ever possibly express. Like, I had something to do with your childhood and you feeling, you know what I mean? Like,
And every Halloween and every
it's unbelievable. And you guys are all so kind to me, and it's just like, I love it. And to be at the conventions and see all of my old friends, it's like a reunion. Like, I love it. This is like Sean Astin, I haven't seen him for like 30 years. And we grew up together, and Matt, his little brother, was on Facts of Life. So it's really
If we bought one of these amulets from you, where do we get them?
at my table, y'all, come to see me.
Right at your table. And where would you like us to follow you on social media?
You can follow me on at Robyn Lively. Just Robyn Lively.
And everything.
And everything.
Instagram, Facebook,
Yes.
Twitter, X, all the
I don't
things.
do Facebook. I'm barely on Twitter, to be honest with you. I'm mostly on Instagram. I'm trying to do Twitter. Should we just bring them out really quick as fast as we can?
Okay, 3 more. We'll do it quick. We have about 10 minutes.
Oh, we do? Oh, good. I thought, okay, good.
Hi, so I actually have 2 questions. One of them comes from my 2 co-workers back home in Colorado.
Okay.
They want to know, why are you so awesome? And then my second one is, would you ever be down to do a Teen Witch sequel?
Yes. Yes. Well, okay, so wouldn't it be fun? It's a lot harder than it seems, but there was a series in the works. It was going to be so amazing, and then COVID happened, and then it just was. So I am not giving up hope on that. I really, really want to do that. I think it would be so special. Not a sequel, because I don't think you can ever, you're never going to top the original, and it's just, you're going to disappoint people.
You can't top that.
You can't top that, girl. So, I think I would love to do a series, so that'd be my hope. And ask them why they are so awesome. That's really a question.
Yeah, thank you. One way to make it happen, though, and strangely enough, in today's world, is follow her on all her social media pages. Showing that engagement does inspire producers to follow.
It does, yeah, it does.
So, I wanted to ask, what scene was the hardest to make in the Teenage Witch?
What was the hardest one? Ooh.
And the hardest, or the one that you tried not to cringe at when you were doing it?
Not to cringe?
Yeah.
None of them. I didn't know if any of it was cringeworthy. I just loved it all. But I will say, Mandy and Noah, who did Top That, they were cringing at Top That when they had to do it, you know, which is so ironic because it's like the most beloved scene in the whole movie. People are obsessed with it. But I loved all of that.
Was it hard not to laugh at your little brother?
No, that was hard.
When he would say, I took the liberty of hiring you.
Well, you will see in the scene when I'm dunking him in the water, and he's like, I'm laughing so hard, and I just couldn't do the scene without laughing. I don't mean had to giggle so much that day, and he was such a scene stealer, the little jerk. He was so funny. Like I just was obsessed with him. Like, how is he so funny, this kid? But we had a great time together.
Super Dan.
Hi.
My name actually is Clark.
I love it.
So your husband gave me this, or inspired this question.
Okay.
If these types of conventions happened in your youth, who were some of the celebrities you would have loved to have, the experiences to interact with and pictures with?
That's a fascinating question. Because you've worked with so many amazing celebrities, but who were the celebrities from your childhood?
It was all of the John Hughes cast.
Oh
my gosh, those movies were amazing, and they hold up. They hold up. So I would say any of the cast members were doing. I was like, oh my, the Brat Pack, they were the coolest.
Yeah.
And then I got to work with Rob Lowe on 911 Lone Star. Could you die? I was actually doing scenes with
6 episodes, right?
more than that, but I don't know if it's out yet, but my final one is a huge episode with Rob Lowe, and I was like, this is so cool. If my young self, I thought this when I was working with him, I was like, if my teenage self could have looked into the future with my magical powers and seen that I was going to get to work with Rob Lowe, I would have died. I would have.
And he's been another one who's been amazing at transitioning throughout his life.
And he works all the time.
Yeah.
I just, honestly, I feel like I've just been really lucky that I've been able to, because to still be in the industry and working and doing the thing that I actually is, I love it, and I never take a moment of it for granted. My husband's the same, like, we're on set and we're like, what a gift. I'm so grateful to be here. Like, what is, as competitive as our industry is now, to still be doing it is like, it's amazing. And I don't take it for granted. And all the kind people, like you guys are so awesome.
Oh, so nice.
It's true, they are.
So everybody, it's so wonderful that we all have you. I just want to say we have a moment for one more question if anyone hasn't. Otherwise, I want to say, we have two for front row. And then you next. Oh, Brad. How was that scene with Brad in the house?
We didn't know it was cheesy, guys. We didn't know. We thought it was so serious and so cool. No, he was so much fun to work with. He was delightful. He ended up marrying Randa, the popular girl. We didn't know. We were just like, okay, cool. I think it was like his first movie. That scene mortifies me. I have to fast forward. But I didn't mind when I was 16, I was like, okay, Tom Cruise look-alike, but no, that was embarrassing.
His headshot today looks so intense. He's got a beard.
He's so fun. He's great, yeah. Everybody was so wonderful to work with. Oh my gosh.
Have you ever acted alongside your sister?
Yes, I would love to. I would actually love to. It's funny because she's like, oh, come be in my movie. Come, like, do a cameo, and it ends with us. And I was like, should I? That would be kind of fun. And I was supposed to do a scene with Colleen Hoover, who was she's the novelist. And I ended up on set. Colleen isn't able to do it, so I'm with someone else. It's at the funeral, and then at the end, it ends up getting cut. So my lines got cut. So now I'm just like an extra. I'm literally an extra in the movie. I'm like, well, no, this is embarrassing. And people are like, oh, I saw you in the movie. I'm like, did you?
So if you could play any kind of character, who would you want to play? Who are you hoping that someone will reach out to? You brought up Sean Astin. I was on stage with him when I asked him. He said, I wish I could be a sniper. Who do you wish to be?
Maybe like a really bad superhero or something. That would be fun.
You want to be a Marvel superhero?
Why not?
Hero or villain?
A hero.
A hero.
Yeah.
You don't like playing bad.
I'm fine playing bad. I just think I'm better at playing good.
Good. That's a great question. And you're coming out soon on one show's on Paramount Plus, the other show's on
Paramount Plus.
also on Paramount Plus.
And then 911 Lone Star is, couldn't tell you.
What's 911 Lone Star on? Anyone know? Fox?
Thanks, you guys.
Oh, thanks
You
for
got my
coming
back.
on.
You know me.
Thank you for doing that.
Better than I do.
Well, let's give a big round of applause